Hey, Cy. It's wonderful to have had this whole week with you. It's been absolutely wonderful. I can't believe it's Friday already. Friday again, Saturday, Sunday. What? Coming back here after we've been in Canada for so long, coming to Fort William, meeting people, connecting them. Thank you so much for you listeners. Some of you have tried to reach out and talk to me, and it's been wonderful that you've got something out of that. And for my little posse, we're going to be in Mustard Seed this Sunday. All maybe one or two of you. Okay, maybe it's my wife and my mom, but we are going to be there on Sunday after we do Thought of the Day on Sunday with Linda. And I think her mom, Belle, is coming out too. So it's been a wonderful time. And thanks again, Cy. It's wonderful to share the booth with you. Yeah. Just a few days ago, I asked a friend if she rides horses, and she said no, but she would like to try one day. Then I just blurted out, "Hey, could I teach you?" And she said, "Deal." Now, as a day or so goes by, I'm still thinking about the wisdom of that. Now, my sister and I grew up in a golf and country club that had stables, and we learned how to ride there. My sister lived in the stables and went on to be a very good equestrian rider. I couldn't handle all the English lessons, the way of riding horses, and just did the Western riding. I was 12 when I endured a dozen lessons, 12 and 12. But I would still exercise horses regularly and felt very comfortable taking the horses out and really enjoyed it. Yet red warning signals were still going off in my head about giving pointers to my friend. I hadn't ridden a horse since I was 30, which was 29 years ago. I'm an old man now, on the verge of giving a gal tips on how to ride a potential lethal horse. I actually started to panic and then pledged to myself to start riding again just to make sure I still remember. So you see, I already learned the humiliating lesson in the summer of completely forgetting something that was as normal as breathing, and I didn't want to repeat it again. Last summer, I grabbed a bag of golf clubs after not playing for more than 30 years. I made the horrible decision to tell our foursome that I had considered golfing as a career before I teed off. I was a single handicapper by the time I was 15, so how bad could I be? Well, it turns out, how about pathetic? I could barely hit the ball. I would scuffle the ball on the ground like a really long putt. And when it got airborne, it would go anywhere but straight. I was so humiliated. Fortunately, by the end of the round, I did improve, but not even close to where I thought I should be. I don't know if you've ever thought of going back and doing something you used to do well, but have let it slide for a season or two, or a decade or two. And maybe you've had the same frustrating experience and tried it all over and realized the curve is going to take a while before you feel confident again. In Lord of the Rings, I remember there was a king who had a spell put on him for a very long time. And when Aragorn the hero rescued him and he came out of his near coma, Aragorn placed a sword in the old king's hand to remind him of his past life, to bring him back. Well, I too felt that golf club in my hand, and it brought back to me a time where I used to win trophies. But that's where the glory ended. If you don't use it, you lose it. That is a truism. When you let your skills go, it's like a flower garden that you let go and you don't tend anymore. And the ground just gets hard. The rain washes off and the flowers don't grow there anymore. Just weeds. The verse I have this morning speaks about this truism in the spiritual sense. There may have been a day when you were younger that spiritual life was important. Maybe you went to Sunday school or entered confirmation or spiritually was a part of your adult life in the past. Or maybe coming out of COVID, you're just sliding. A book in the Old Testament called Hosea says this: sow righteousness for yourself, reap the fruit of unfailing love. And here it is. And break up your unplowed ground, for it is time to seek the Lord until he comes and showers righteousness on you. Coming back to faith is a thing for many people. And if you break up your old ground and let God and his message have a chance to work in you and give it a little time, well, his life has a way of thriving and bringing confidence and hope and purpose back into the center of what is you. Thanks for listening and keep looking up.